Hey, good morning. It's Tim here. I hope you're doing well. If you're new to the channel here, I'm doing some daily Bible devotionals here, and we're talking about the subject of spiritual talk. So we're jumping in here on the book of Acts, chapter 20, verse 11. And I'm just going to read this one part, and I'm going to actually rewind after that and read the whole a bigger section of this. But it says, "And when Paul had gone up and had broken bread and eaten, he conversed with them a long while until daybreak, and so he departed." This is kind of giving me a reminder of some experiences, when I was in like youth group or college and careers events, and chatting with the friends till the wee hours of the morning, and just having good fellowship, chatting, good conversations around the campfires, around meals and snacks, and just having a good time, laughing it up. I just felt like this is kind of reminiscent of that. But what's interesting about that, given what I just said, just chatting it up all night, there's this whole section here about this poor kid that fell and hurt himself. Let me just read this section here. Then, so I'll read chapter 20, verse 7. We'll go up until verse 12 here. So on the first day of the week, when we were gathered together to break bread, Paul talked with them, intending to depart on the next day. And he prolonged his speech until midnight. There were many lamps in the upper room where we were gathered, and a young man named Eutychus, sitting at the window, sank into a deep sleep as Paul talked still longer. So everyone's listening to the stories. And being overcome by sleep, this Eutychus, this young guy on the third floor, he fell down from the third story and was taken dead. So they thought he cracked his brains and he was no longer with us. But Paul went down and bent over him. And, taking him in his arms, he said, "Do not be alarmed, for his life is in him." And when Paul had gotten up and had broken bread and eaten, he conversed with them all night long. And so he departed. And they took the youth away alive, and they were not a little comforted, meaning they were extremely happy. And so this was just an interesting, that this event happened, but they carried on, and it was almost like, and so we ... We just carried on with our day, because with God all things are possible. So, in essence, this kid died, raised back to life, and people not only heard the stories, and he was probably talking a lot about Jesus, and miracles he saw with the apostles, but then he proved it through a healing of this nature. So that's pretty amazing. Anyways, this is what I thought today. Have a great day. God bless.